In the previous reading, we looked at Ethereum in isolation. It had resisted a deeper fall after losing technical support. At that point, it was testing its former structural low as resistance. That left an open question. If Ethereum can hold here, is the crypto market ready to accept more risk beyond Bitcoin? I observe, not instruct, for educational purposes only. To explore that question, I will use a proprietary indicator I developed, the Crypto Appetite Index. It brings together crypto, liquidity, and broader risk relationships. Above zero, risk appetite can begin to improve. Below it, Bitcoin and defensive positioning tend to carry more weight. We will begin with Ethereum. It is one of the clearest liquid references for when capital begins accepting more risk beyond Bitcoin. On two different occasions, Ethereum returned to an area of weakness while the index held a better structure than before and moved above zero. In other words, price still looked fragile, but internal risk appetite had already started to warm up. Later, we saw the opposite twice. From August 2020 to November 2021, Ethereum kept climbing while the index crossed below its upper boundary. Then, when Ethereum made a new high in 2025, the index never returned to its own upper line. Another negative divergence. In both cases, price still had strength, but the appetite behind that strength was losing quality. Now, look at the longer-term structure of the index itself. It is holding a rising channel, a constructive sign, but not a conclusion. Notice how the extremes of that channel have aligned with important moments in Ethereum's price. Today, the index is near neutral, while Ethereum returns to its previous low. In this reading, that creates a second positive divergence. The environment has improved, but this is still an early test of whether risk appetite can recover. Ethereum is the proxy here. It has often moved ahead of broader altcoin moves. But an early improvement in the proxy does not mean that broad participation across other altcoins is ready. We can test that relationship in other altcoins. Starting with Solana, notice that its larger rally only began after a large divergence developed between price and the index's lows. And, just as with Ethereum, a new divergence is now forming. But that move is still unresolved. Cardano, with a much smaller market cap, needed two divergences before its last rally began. And now it is showing a third positive divergence. The Crypto Appetite Index may be holding firm, but Altseason does not begin simply because the index remains above zero. So where does that leave us? In previous cycles, Ethereum's major lows formed after risk appetite had been fully suppressed, when the index reached its blue lower boundary. Now the index is respecting a rising channel slightly above its center and slightly above its zero line. For now, two questions remain. Was the 2022 low, marked in both price and the index, enough for risk appetite to now begin moving toward the index's higher levels? Or does the market still need another broad loss of risk appetite before a more durable rally can begin? For now, we do not have that answer. We can only observe the next moves. I'll keep observing.